Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today Thanos was my world boss of the day. I get the extra bonus materials, I get the chance for CCF, so I thought what a better, no better opportunity, it's a great opportunity to do 5 world boss ultimate clears and show you the 5 teams that I would use. Now this is only a stage 25, as you can see from the top corner, so it's going to go by pretty quickly, but I just wanted to shorten the overall length of the video rather than doing, you know, a little bit higher stage. Because honestly, for Thanos, even going up to 30 was actually really increasing the amount of time that it was going to take. As well, you're probably noticing that I'm wearing headphones, which I usually don't do in my videos. I'm wearing headphones because specifically for Thanos, well, rip Satana, but specifically for Thanos, you have to listen. In the second phase of the fight, he has a move where it basically sounds like he's snapping his fingers. There's a bit of a snap sound, and I'm being honest, there is a snap sound. And then he does a move that will kill almost any character. Pretty much only Jean Grey and possibly Thanos himself can survive the attack. So if you are having trouble, if you're having difficulty with Thanos, you're probably dying in that phase. And if you're dying during that phase, which is now, you should put on headphones and actually listen for that snap. So it may not happen in this fight specifically because Jean Grey does absolutely disgusting amounts of damage, but it'll eventually, it's a sound just like that Cull Obsidian just did. You'll eventually hear it, it'll eventually happen, and that's what you have to look out for. And when that happens, you either need to get away from Thanos or you need to switch characters. Those are basically the only 2 ways you can protect yourself. But I would say with how easy she is to play, and with how tanky she is, I would say that Jean Grey is probably now the easiest character in the game to play specifically against Thanos World Boss Ultimate. You can see the damage is absolutely outrageous. Not only is the damage outrageous, but she's so tanky. I'm never afraid of Thanos killing me, and even if he does kill me, I get an extra life. So whereas we've documented why Doctor Strange struggles on this skill, and then, for example, another character like Sharon Rogers, she doesn't struggle. Sharon Rogers is great for this stage, but she can die. Jean Grey doesn't have any of those problems. So I would definitely say Jean Grey is the #1 character for Thanos to push high stages, just because she's a combination of super powerful and also super tanky. So it just makes it the run very easy. Now, I don't know if Jean Grey can go to as high of a stage as Sharon Rogers can, but she should be able to go pretty high, at least 39. Which is very, very high for Thanos, you know, while still being, like, way easier. I never have to play more than once with Jean Grey, so that's why I do think she's #1 against Thanos. Keep in mind, for Thanos, you also want to play him as often as you can when he is your world boss of the day, because he gives you additional cosmic cube fragments, whereas the other world bosses of the day, I don't believe when they're boosted, they do also give you cosmic cube fragments. But Thanos is difficult, so I'm trying to make this guide to help you guys, but I also want you guys to remember, try to push to stage 20 as soon as you can. The stage 10 or the stage 9 requirement is Iron Man, I believe, which everyone should be able to complete. I can't remember what the stage 19 difficulty, the challenge is. I don't think it's a paywall character, but I could be wrong about that. But yeah, get to stage 20 as soon as you can, because you're probably never going to push to stage 30. I mean, most players are not going to push to stage 30 for Thanos for a long time, but at least you'll be having a chance when you pull those blue booty boxes to get premium cards and CTPs. Anything from 20 and up against Thanos is honestly very impressive. If you can consistently clear stage 20 5 times per day with Thanos, I would say you're doing very, very well for World Boss Ultimate. So if you need a barometer like that for your roster overall, I would say that's a really good indication that you're building strong teams overall, and that you have a good skill level in the game, because he's one of the most difficult bosses to kill 5 times per day as well. The second team we're going to use is my second favorite team to use against Thanos. Sharon Rogers just packs so much of a punch, especially with this team up. We get the She-Hulk leadership and we get the White Fox bonus. We are also going to stack a lot of these strikers, but we're going to skip for the heal, and actually we want a little bit of mind control at the beginning. Deadpool is not as necessary in this clear. Actually, we're going to swap Deadpool out. Deadpool isn't as good for Sharon Rogers because Sharon's not using a CTP of Rage, so that's why the crit rate and the crit damage aren't as important, and she caps out her crit damage and her crit rate anyways with her build and with her 5th skill, so it's not really necessary to bring him along. But I do bring along Deadpool for Jean Grey, for Captain Marvel, and the other clears that we're going to be doing, because everyone else besides Sharon Rogers on this list is using a CTP of Rage. And that's one of the ways that I think you can really tell not only how difficult Thanos is, but how strong Sharon Rogers is. She's the only character on this list who's able to do enough damage, pack a great enough punch against Thanos to kill him fast without having to rely on a CTP of Rage to do the damage for her and, you know, reduce the boss's defense. And she doesn't even have all defense down. I honestly wonder how scary Sharon Rogers is going to be one day in the future. You know, maybe next year. Netmarble is going to give her another uniform. And maybe they'll finally add all defense down to her list of bonuses and to her list of stats. That would be a very scary day indeed, because she already hits like an absolute truck. Where is she going to go from there? We're not even going to pop the tier 3 skill. One thing that I haven't been doing, but you can definitely do against Thanos, is during the phase changes. Like right now, you can actually press skills. And you can press skills to charge up your tier 3 skill. Obviously, that's not really important to do with tier 2 characters, but with tier 3s, it is important to do. So yeah, we're going to wait here to see what he does because we want to use the tier 3 skill, but we don't want something like this to happen because if he iframes, then he's going to shoot. If he iframes, then he's going to dodge the damage. Here we're going to pop it. I had to be quiet because I wanted to listen for the snap, if he was going to do the snap skill. He didn't do the snap skill. The worst skill that Thanos can do is the snap skill against Sharon Rogers because it will one-shot her. And especially if you use your tier 3 skill and he does the snap skill, you jump right into the air and you die. The best skill that Thanos can do is either the punch or the laser skill. The laser skill is really good. This is the snap skill. You gotta get the hell away from that, otherwise he'll kill you. The laser skill is really good because it's really easy for Sharon to dodge, and it's really easy for Sharon to build up her accumulation. So the absolute best case scenario, I got frozen here. The absolute best case scenario is Thanos uses his laser skill, like the laser hand skill, and then you do 3, cancel 6. I don't know why I did that. Okay, here we go. So this is perfect. I get the accumulation, and then I just dump it all on his head. That's the situation you want. Easy 4, 5, 6 bars, and you can completely destroy him with that strategy. You just have to be a little bit patient. So Sharon requires a little bit more patience, a little bit more care than Jean Grey does. You can't just spam abilities and spam your tier 3 skill, but Sharon does it in a big hurry. She's a monster. The third one I want to use is going to be Nick Fury with Captain Marvel and Shuri. We're going to stack all these, you know, characters here. We're going to get the team up. We also bring Nick Fury along for every Captain Marvel run because of the... I think this is a good team. Actually, we're going to drop Captain America. We don't want to get hit. We drop... we want Nick Fury with Captain Marvel because he gives us the extra 5th skill every time you do the team up. So you can kind of time it so that you can have the 5th skill, the Radiant form, up for like the first minute for the full minute, because you'll do... Well, I should have passed the I should have passed Nick Fury's buff, but it's okay. She does tremendous amounts of damage, so it doesn't really matter that much, and you can actually do damage to Thanos when he's in iframe with your 4th skill. So with the CTP of Rage specifically, you can actually get a ton of damage off. It's actually hilarious how much damage you can do. Like, look at that. Absolutely shreds him. She's also very, very good for this stage. She's a little bit more fragile than other characters, but because of the iframe ignore and because of the fast cooldowns on her other skills, she's able to really spam a lot of damage really fast. And she does like hyper damage, especially if you stack Nick Fury. Like, look at that. I did half the bar when he's in that kind of defense mode. This part is a little bit risky for Captain Marvel because unlike the other tier 3s, she's actually quite fragile. So you do have to be careful. You also, but you can hit him here. Yeah, look at this. Just completely... I just dodged that entire... part of the fight. Because rather than him doing that iframe skill, dodging me, and then getting to do another ability, I smacked him during the iframe, and yeah, he had to go immediately into his second to last phase. So yeah, you can see the damage is pretty grotesque. We also skipped the snap. He did the snap, but he wasn't able to finish it because I did so much damage. So if you do enough damage, you'll automatically push the boss into the next phase, which is actually pretty hilarious. This was super fast. Wow. So that was a 100-second clear. So you could definitely use a Tier 3 Captain Marvel with Nick Fury and another support, and you could get that 100-second challenge down for stage 19. Absolutely, she can do that. And we got CCF. We haven't gotten any good guaranteed rewards. We've only been getting Essence of Dimension. We haven't got any extra fragments. We haven't got any books. We only need blast books at the moment, but we haven't gotten any, and we haven't gotten any booty boxes, but that's okay. Let's move on to the fourth team. This is going to be Thanos. Now, there are a couple of other teams that can do this World Boss Ultimate stage. Captain America. We are going to do Captain America, but he can do it. Wolverine can do low stages as well, like maybe stage 19, stage 20, as well. Wait, who are we gonna use here? I think this is probably the best team up. Deadpool can also do up to stage 30 at least, because he gets through the first 9 bars of damage really fast with the all defense down. It's just the last 11 bars that he struggles with, but Deadpool can definitely do it. Scarlet Witch can do lower stages. Thor can do lower stages. It's not as the list is not as short as you might think. And there's probably some characters that I'm also missing that I'm just not thinking of. I think possibly Quicksilver. But I'm not only doing the best characters for Thanos World Boss Ultimate, of course, using CTPs of Rage and CTPs of Energy, but I'm also doing the characters that I would normally do, like whether I had the time or not. You know, if I had hours and hours, I could, you know, practice with certain characters that are maybe a bit more niche. But if I want to guarantee these kills, if I want to make sure that I win on the very first try, I'm definitely going to be using these 5 characters because they do the most damage, and they're the safest to play. So that's why Thanos is on this list, despite the fact that he's not the best overall DPS. He's not top 5. I mean, Luna Snow is probably going to do this stage faster, but maybe not with the CTP of Energy versus this Rage, but I could die to just one small mistake with Luna Snow against Thanos. Just one small mistake with Luna, and she gets completely toasted. Whereas I can get hit by one of these meteors right now with Thanos, and I'm not gonna die. So that's a big deal for me personally, and that's why I try to also include different characters for these lists, because I want to illustrate that, you know, not only are different characters good for different bosses, but also you might just want to use different characters based on your playstyle. You know, if you play really recklessly like I do, you don't want to play with fragile characters that are going to die in one hit and, you know, annoy you, because that's just annoying, right? And especially if you're strapped for time, like you wake up, you're getting ready in the morning, you gotta go to work, gotta go to school, whatever, you throw my video on, and you gotta hammer out these world boss fights. You don't want to be picking characters that might die and make you start over. Speaking of videos as well, thank you guys so much for all the hilarious comments. They were, oh shoot. Okay, so I just got snapped on, and you can see that did about, what is that, almost 50,000 damage. So yeah, like I said, Thanos can probably survive it, but you don't want to get hit by that thing. That was a good example, but also extremely terrifying. We have to switch there, otherwise he actually might have died. But that snap, yeah, that snap's brutal. But yeah, thank you so much to everybody who watched the silent video. What happened with the silent video was basically... Oh shoot, I ran into that was really dumb. He does 2, and then he does 3 after you get him below 5 bars. But yeah, the silent video was an accident. Basically, I was doing some editing, and I forgot to take the audio track that had my voice off of mute. Because there's a track for the game, and there's a track for my voice. So I just made a mistake. It was just purely my error. No CCF again, that's okay. We're going to do the last clear here. We got Beast, Captain America, and Coulson running up on stage 25. We use Coulson for the team up, and then we throw on Beast, of course, for the leadership and the additional buff that he can pass. And then I think this is what we're going to go with for the team up. Sure. Cap is also really good because he has a really huge HP pool, so you can make mistakes. You can't necessarily get hit by that snap skill and survive, Cap's defenses are not as good as Thanos's. He doesn't have the same kind of damage reduction and stuff like that, but you can make a lot of other smaller mistakes and survive, and you can face tank a lot of Thanos's damage and still do well. And Cap is just so fun to play. I love playing as Cap. The way he bounces that shield around, I really do enjoy that. So we're off to the races here. We're probably going to show off. Let's see if we can get the tier 3 skill. The tier 3 skill is a little bit harder to do with Cap against Thanos, but when you get it to roll, the damage is pretty bonkers. That was the best case scenario for that. That was really, really nice. We're going to roar here and then switch. We do that because even if Coulson dies, which he might, we can still pass the buff on. I believe we can still pass the buff on to Captain America, yeah. I think I got debuffed there. That was a mistake on my part. Okay. We're doing very well. We're zooming through this stage. Man, almost up on 500, raid level 500 or raid level 499, which is nice. We've taken a little bit of damage, but actually Cap has higher base HP than Thanos. I just noticed. That's pretty dope. We have to play conservatively here like we do with Sharon Rogers, because we do not want to step into a snap. But we're going to be able to pop a really, really nice... Oh, that was perfect. Really, really nice 6th skill. If he does the laser, or if he does the jump and slam, or the kind of teleport and slam, those two abilities are perfect for Cap to take advantage of, and to be able to pop that tier 3 skill to get all that juicy accumulation. We're going to switch here as well, just because he's doing the Meteor skill. We're going to circle back around and try to pick up some of these heals. We're going to wait for 2 seconds left, then we're going to roar. Switch here, pick up these heals. Very nice timing. He might do the laser here. Oh, no. Oh, shit. Okay, I was trying to switch and I couldn't. But we got really lucky. He tanked it. That was just super lucky on my part. Oh boy. That was crazy. Honestly, I did not think Cap was going to survive. I thought I was going to die. But we got that one. I mean, we survived that one. We survived the first snap. But let's see what's going to happen here. I want him to do the lasers, dude. Nope. Okay, we're going to absorb these hits here. With immunity, we can absorb those purple, those blue orbs. Immunity doesn't lose its effect with the blue orbs. Invincibility does, so we just have to be careful for that. Oh man, he's being such a little snake, dude. I probably could have killed him by now if I had just been aggressive, but I want to finish him with the 6th skill. So I really just want him to do the lasers. There we go. So we pop the immunity on 1, and then the 5 for the guard break. And then we finish him off with a nice heroic charge. Boom. Take the salmon out of the oven. It's looking all crispy, juicy. Grilled salmon. There you go. Boom. So that was 5 clears of Thanos World Boss Ultimate. Those are my top 5 teams. Didn't get much CCF. Didn't get much luck with the drops. No Odin's Blessings this time. But hopefully I've helped you guys, passed on some tips to you. And maybe I've passed on my luck as well. So let me know what you guys think. Hit me up in the comments down below. Thank you so much for the support as always, even if the video is muted. And of course, if you like what you see, I hope to see you later today. Take care.